Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dave's RC here, guys. We got a good show tonight, you guys. Me and Eric. It's just me and Eric tonight. Um, not a lot going on tonight, you guys. One thing that I would like to mention is right up first, right off the bat, is that if you guys see the pinned comment that we have up there, 50% of all tonight's proceeds will be going to Toys for Tots, Mary Boozers. So I'll be sending that down to Wesley. And we'd appreciate any donations that you guys could throw our way for that cause.
Or if you want to just buy a toy, let us know. We could probably get an address for you so you can send it to them.
That as well. If you guys, we could probably get an address from Mary Boozer. That way, if you guys want to buy a toy and send it down, however you guys want to do it. Yeah, guys, what's going on? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm excited. Eric's excited. That's Eric's excited face, by the way.
I am excited, but I'm dual wielding, so I'm watching you and talking to you, but I'm also making sure the stream's going and the chat's going.
Oh man, so pretty cool, man. James left a comment on my video that I did on the Joker Scheme T33. He was pretty stoked about it, man. He said it came out really nice, and that felt good for him to point that out and kind of give that compliment, man. That was actually pretty cool. So yeah, man, it's coming along nicely. I'm just waiting on a few more decals to get here from my brother. I'm actually probably going to call him after the show tonight and see what the hell's going on, because I would like to get that plane finished and get it flying. I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to go with that L39 system in it. Probably not going to be too much different than what the T33 comes with. It probably will fly a little heavier because I believe that the T33 comes with a plastic housed EDF, and the one that's in there is a metal housed EDF. So just checking through the chat real quick, guys. See who we got in here.
So, since I have family and kids in the background battle, when I'm not talking, I'm going to be muting on my side, just to kind of keep some of the background noise down. So, if it takes me to respond, guys, it's just because I have to turn the volume back on. But it might be good to those people that don't have numbers to do it tonight, because isn't the 2 weeks till the giveaway?
Is it next week?
No, next week is Thanksgiving, so the week after that will be drawing. So we can either do that.
We got 2 weeks left.
We can do that tonight or next week. It's up to you.
So it looks like I'm looking for George Watts. What's up, man? Just saw your comment, man. How you doing, man? It's good to see you in here, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. It looks like Ahmad Butler. Spencer, what's up, man? First donation of the night, Mr. Spencer Keith.
Hey, Spencer.
With a $10 super chat, man. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you, buddy. But how about that armor infraction, buddy?
Spencer, somebody said something like you were going to be buying an Arma infraction or something like that. No, I don't want him to take his super chat away, man. This is for the kids, man. Let's not get on his bad side. He deals with a car. That's what I was telling somebody the other day. I was like, Spencer deals with people buying cars all day long. That's probably why he doesn't like RC cars.
I know. EQ's the same way. He paints cars for a living, so at the end of the day, what he wants to spend his time on is the planes and not more car-related stuff.
And don't waste his time by making an RC car video, because he's not going to watch it. Jeff Nichols is in the chat. What's going on, man? He has had this 90mm Saber in the works for a couple years now, and it looks like he's finally putting in the work and getting it done. Got all the parts now to complete it. Whoosh. Absolutely, man. I remember a couple of years ago, Jeff, when you decided that you were going to go and do that 90mm Saber. This is the one that actually has the air brakes on the side that actually deploy. Really nice model, and he's been talking about doing it for some time now. And I'm glad that you've finally gotten the part. You've gotten the parts, and you're getting around to doing it, man. There's nothing better than the fulfillment of completing a project. I know I've been doing a lot of them around here lately, mostly just taking old planes that I had, such as this Stinger 90 in front of me, and putting a power system back in it because we cannibalized it for the. Come on, I told you you were not going to do this to me tonight. Go.
When you check your PayPal out, Battle, George is saying that he sent you something, but it's a personal message, so don't read it off.
Oh, you got it, man.
It's private to you, so just. I mean, you can definitely thank him for donating, but just the message he sent is private. Joseph Youngblood, thanks, buddy, for the super chat.
George, thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate it, and that's what you are, man. You are a true friend and a scholar, man. I appreciate everything you do for the channel, and so does the community, man. We love you, man. Keep doing what you do, man. That's what I should say. Keep doing what you do. You are probably one of the nicest, most sincere people I've ever met in my life, man. You're just all-around straight-up dude. So definitely appreciate that, man. Joseph Youngblood just sent $10 for a super chat.
So on that subject, Battle, to all the watchers, if you ever send Dave a PayPal and it's a private message, or you don't want people to know your real name, just let us know like George did, and we'll keep as much private as we want. The last thing you want to do is upset anybody for trying to be helping the channel out.
Yeah, we're definitely not trying to put any personal information out there, you guys. This is all for fun. All these giveaways that we do, this is all for you guys. Like, I don't keep a dime of this money, you guys, and I actually put up my own money with your guys' money so that we can do these giveaways every month. Nothing, there's no profit here, you guys. I keep nothing. I keep none of this money. None of this money goes into my pocket at all. It goes right back to you guys. I promise you that, man. Look at the big giveaways we've done lately. I definitely couldn't have pulled those out of my pocket directly and just done those. I mean, we've done a couple of $900 giveaways in the last couple of months. Those are huge. Those are huge giveaways, you guys. And it's because of the contributions from our community and the people who donate that make those giveaways as big as they are. Nathaniel Morgan, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. $5 super chat. That's awesome, you guys. Well appreciated. Like I said, I appreciate it, but who appreciates it more, guys, is the community, because whatever you guys give, that depicts what our giveaways are going to be like at the end of the month. But yeah, Eric, I have a package that I need to open up from our good buddy EQ. Thank you.
Yes.
The package came today, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited, man. I got it sitting right here. We got a package to open up from our buddy EQ. Some of you guys may know what it is. I definitely already know what it is. Some of you guys might know what it is. Others of you guys may not. If you guys don't watch Eric EQ's RC channel, go over there, check him out. If you like what you see, man, go ahead and do that thing, man. And don't forget to turn on the notifications, guys, and turn on the bell. That way you know when Eric goes live or EQ goes live. Also do the same for me. That way you know every time I upload something or I go live. Not to mention it helps out the algorithm a lot as well. YouTube is very picky with their algorithm, but as long as it's done right, it's done right. Oh, my dear Lord. Look how many beauties there are. Oh, my goodness. I am in freaking tactic heaven right now. Ah! Yeah! Oh, my God. EQ, you are a boss, man.
EQ. Dave, even though he has a newer generation DX9, he's addicted to tactic like crack. So you just put him on cloud 9.
I put it in my pipe and I smoke it, boys. I live, breathe, and eat and crap tactic, man. I love tactic. And he just sent me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 6-channel tactic receivers, you guys. Look at that. Unbelievable, man. And in return, I have to send him a t-shirt and a receiver and a satellite that I have here. But you guys, man, I am a big tactic fan, and I love these tactic receivers. These are the ones that have the long receiver cords on them, or the antennas on them. These things are awesome. These are the good 6-channel tactic receivers.
They have the long antennas, but they're also dual too, because the single ones usually have signal problems as well.
Yeah, the little small ones, those are the ones that I've used in the past, and trust me, man, if you mess up that little wire, that little stubby that comes out of there, you want to make sure that thing does not get bent, or that thing, you want to keep that thing in perfect condition. You never want it to get messed up. And with tactic receivers, guys, I'm not sure if any of you guys know this, but tactic receivers always want their wires pointing to the back of the plane. That's a huge one, you guys. If you're using a tactic receiver, the wires always want to be going towards the back of the plane. They always want to go towards the back of the plane. Don't mess around with these and bend them and put them at 90s and this, that, and another thing. Don't do that. They're not designed for that. They're designed to sit just the way they are, just like this. Spread them out a little bit, maybe pull them apart a little bit, but that's the way they're designed to be used, guys. And I'm excited. I'm going to start using these immediately, you guys. I have the I've got the what is it? The Scorpion, the Super Scorpion 90mm FMS Super Scorpion that I'm going to be fixing this week. You guys, if you guys want to see the processes of me fixing that plane, because of my downstairs neighbor, he destroyed it. Wait till you guys see what he did to this plane just by being an idiot. Just absolutely stupid, man. And I can't even explain it right now because it's just going to anger me. But anyways, we'll be fixing that plane. Just remember, all the damages that are on the plane were not from a flight or a crash. They were from one idiot doing something very, very stupid. And I'll explain that as I'm working on the plane. But this is definitely going, one of these receivers is definitely going in that. I was just telling Eric Rogers a little earlier that I need to order up a few more of my BS2X gyros from Banana Hobbies. It's like literally the only thing that I buy from Banana Hobby is their BS2X gyro. It's a two-axis gyro, ailerons and elevator. And typically I don't use anything on the elevator, and I just put a little bit on the ailerons. It's a gyro that I've been using for a long time. I'm very familiar with it. I know how it works. And when you got something that works and you've used something for a long time, stick with it, man. Stick with what works for you. That's my motto. If it works for you, stick with it. And that's why I stick with tactic. I love tactic for that reason, because it's always worked for me. It's never let me down.
Well, you got to be comfortable. When you're flying, you got to be comfortable. It's just like that in manned aviation. If you're not comfortable, you're going to make mistakes and be on edge and be more likely to make a mistake.
Yeah. And trust me, every time I take off with a Spectrum radio in my hand, I get nervous because I've seen people losing power and losing having brownouts with these Spectrum radios. So I do cringe a little bit when I use a Spectrum radio. Most of the issues that I've seen with Spectrum are from the IX-12. Don't get me wrong. I've never seen anybody have an issue with the DX9, but I watched Bobby put an F-14 into the ground. I watched his buddy, God, I can't think of his name now. It'll come to me here shortly. He's a really nice guy I met at Jet Jams. It's one of Bobby's friends. I watched him hit one of his planes into the ground because of a bad receiver or radio situation. And just a lot of issues with the IX-12 at Jet Jams from what I saw. And I've never had an issue like that with a tactic. I've never lost a signal to my plane with a tactic, except for one time when my antenna ripped off one of my receivers, and I decided that I was going to solder my own little antenna on. Don't do that, because basically this wire that is actually connected to this receiver is actually gauged and lengthened perfectly for the optimized polarity for this receiver. That's what it's for.
So EQ brought up a good point, Battle. Just make sure you power those up and test them, because he said some of them he's never powered on before. So just double check them.
They look brand new, EQ, man. These all look brand new.
They probably are, but like anything new, you need to power it on and test it, right?
Oh my God, EQ, man, you are the man, dude. This is awesome, man. This is like Christmas before Christmas, bro. Look at all these. Look what he sent. These are like $25, $30 receivers. He said to me, all he wants is a t-shirt and that receiver that I have and the satellite. My wife said, thank you, Eric. I'm gonna put those right in there in my bag. Oh my God, man, that's exciting. I was sitting here thinking, you know, should I go out and buy, you know, a bunch of these AS3X receivers, or should I buy a few more of these tactic receivers before they're obsolete and they're gone? And then Eric sent me a bunch of those, so you kind of made my mind up for me. I do have to buy a couple of Spectrum receivers, just because there's a few planes that I do want to fly on the Spectrum radio, such as my T-33. I would love to fly that on my Spectrum. But planes like this, my old beaters like this, will be flown on my tactic. This is actually already hooked up. Thing sounds great, you guys. I'm gonna plug it in and show you guys. This thing's awesome. It's got a brand new power system in it.
So while you're plugging it in, Battle, Christopher Morgan is right. They had a lot of issues with the first batch of IX-12s, and from what I remember with Air Marshal, he was saying that some of those first batch ones, even if you got the stuff, the firmware in them upgraded, a lot of those problems went away.
Oh my God, man. Did you see this super chat by Ahmad?
Yeah, he just dropped it. Guy.
Ahmad Butler, you are an absolute boss, man. You guys, emojis for days for Mr. Ahmad. Make sure you get him a blue wrench and make sure he gets a number for the next giveaway, man. That's absolutely the thing that I'm talking about with the people who donate on this channel, guys. It's because of you guys. And Ahmad, that is a big one right there. That's huge. That's a huge amount of money to go towards the next giveaway. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. The community and I definitely, and Eric, we all appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That's just unbelievable. You guys see me looking down right here. I'm actually looking at the chat. I got my phone sitting in front of me right here so I can see the chat. Got 31 peeps in here. All right, so guys, I do have low rates and high rates put into this. Need a little bit more expo on that.
So Battle, I'm trying my best because I know you're doing things. To either when you're done saying something to tell you when someone's got a question or a comment, or I'm also responding to them in the chat. So if you're going to do something, just do it. I'm trying to keep on top of the chat for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just peeking down once in a while, man. Ahmad Butler, you are a rock star, bro. Thank you so much for that. Making sure nothing else is in the box. Oh man, this thing sounds amazing, you guys. Yeah! Yeah! You like that, baby? Yes, honey, I know. It's just an EDF.
Just an EDF? Just an
EDF?
It's
just an EDF. Oh man, I can't wait to go fly this thing, man. I was actually gonna go do it today, you guys. I went to take a nap and didn't wake up until 2 o'clock, man. So I was like, there goes my day. So I'm gonna go out tomorrow and do some flying, guys. This thing looks good though. It came out really nice. What are you guys doing?
Chilling.
All right, cool. Don't shoot the messenger. Make sure you guys don't potty too hard.
Wait, Dave.
What?
Can I call my mom? Wait.
No, you can't use my phone. You might have to use Hannah's because I got mine in the middle of a chat right now. So the answer is no.
So Dave, was the address on EQ's package to you legible? Because he's wondering if he needs to give it to you again. That's why he's asking.
No, I can see it just fine. Yeah, that came out really nice actually. I like that. He's actually got it like typed out and printed out, and it actually came out really nice. It looks good.
Well, that means when you're ready to send us stuff, you have it. He was just making sure you didn't need the address again.
That's why I'm keeping the box right here.
Dude, can you go? That's time for her to be here.
What's that?
Can you yell to Mom that it's fine for me to be here?
Yeah, she's fine.
Huh?
Did she hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good to go. I got my eye on her.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Have a good night.
Wait, say it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Love you, Mom.
See you later, sweetheart.
What?
All right. So yes, Ahmad, thank you for that. Man, now that this one's done, I'm thinking that we should pull the stinger or the man. You know what? I think I'm gonna go grab that one now and get started on it, or just get it out here so I'm looking at it and I know that it's gonna get done. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab that real quick, Eric. I'm gonna go grab the FMS Super Scorpion. That way I can start looking at that one. And
when you get back, we should have that conversation about power that you and I had, and I can even tell him what I did for Kevin Talbot too. That kind of actually backs up.
Yeah. Me and Eric have been going back and forth with a bunch of ideas as of late about 8S and 6S power systems, and when I get back, we'll go into further detail about that.
And I have some numbers
I'm not going to
that
tell you anything that's not of my experience. I'm just going to let you know what my experience is from an 8S system, and not just any 8S system, guys. We're talking about a top-notch 8S system here, guys. JP fan, the whole 9 yards, man. And that is a great fan unit.
Well, I crunched some numbers that kind of...
We'll go over that.
I've crunched some numbers for Kevin Talbot that kind of go along with what you and I have been talking about.
Oh, that's right. Eric did some math for Kevin. I don't know if you guys know who Kevin is, but Kevin has a YouTube show where he... I believe he's sponsored as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's basically like the European Pilot Ryan, but he does mainly RC cars.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly the way I would put it, Eric.
I mean, every now and again he will do something with like drones or helis, but for the most part he does surface stuff. All
right, so we're going to put that back there, and I'm going to go grab the FMS Super Scorpion, you guys, because that's the next plane that we are going to be getting done.
So while he's grabbing that, guys, what questions do you have? And they could be towards Dave or me, because a lot of the questions towards Dave, I mean, Dave and I chat almost, if not every day, every other day, so we pretty much know what's going on with each other. So what questions do you guys have? Okay, George, you want to know your number? Okay, I have the spreadsheet up because I just gave Ahmed, and I probably said your name wrong, sorry about that, buddy, his number. So, let's see here. I'm looking it up, George. And even if you lose the paper, don't stress too much, George. I have a spreadsheet off screen that you guys can't see that tells me what your number is, so don't stress too bad about it, okay?
Alright, I need to grab my glue. I can't believe he messed this plane up this bad, you guys. Let's just go over the plane real quick, you guys. So, I had him in my car one day, and I was just giving him a ride somewhere, and I don't know what the hell he was on that day, but I went into the store, and when I came back out, this is my brand new plane. This has only been flown one time. And when I came back out to the car, the flap was ripped completely off. The wingtip was busted off. Broken clean off. There was all kinds of gouges in the top, which I've actually started to fix with some Bondo and stuff. Just absolutely just devastated this plane, man. Dented up the aileron here, and that's all I found for damage so far. And the other whiplash along the edges is just from the first flight that we had, one of the very first flights that was on. This actually has been in the air twice, and the first time it actually went in the air, my nephew Tyler, because this is his plane. He was flying it, and he was just a little uneasy about how big the plane was and how it was handling. So he decided to throw the radio at me, and I landed it in the bushes, and it messed up the nose a little bit. So all the damage to the nose is because of that crash.
Hey,
but
Battle.
Yeah, you guys.
Battle.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next topic, just make sure to Rachka, and I know it's right, so buddy, I do that just to tease you, is wanting you to check your PayPal, because remember last time he tried sending me something that went to that bozo in Europe who wouldn't return it.
Oh, and then he didn't give me my money back. He actually basically told me to screw myself, and then and never gave me the money back.
All in fun teasing you, Raitsa, by calling you Rajka. If it makes you, if it upsets you at all, though, just tell me and I'll stop.
All right, so Spencer, actually a total of $20 that Spencer sent. David Snyder, thank you so much for that. And Rashka, I have gotten. No, Michael, I don't see anything in here yet. Hopefully you didn't send it back to what's his face over in Berlin, Germany, or wherever he was from. Nothing yet, Michael. Nothing yet. I will let you know if it pops up though. If you don't see me in the picture, in the profile picture, standing there with my custom L39, then it's not me, guys. Just know that. Just remember that. So yeah, I'm not really going to do much work on this right now, except for I'm going to grab my sandpaper, and I'm going to sand down these spots where I had already started filling in holes. So basically what happened was he was trying to make room for his friend to get in the back seat of my Jeep, and there was just no way I wouldn't have been able to fit a small child back. Lady. Moving around this box that my wife bought for my father for Father's Day, and he didn't even take the time to realize that box was gouging my plane and breaking the tips off of the end of my plane, off the wing tips, and ripping the flap off. He wasn't even paying. He didn't even realize that he was doing it. And then obviously I showed him the plane afterwards, and I was like, you know how much money this plane costs, man? This isn't something that was given to me either. This isn't a sponsored plane. This came out of my pocket, and it's not even my plane. This is my nephew's plane. Like, not even no remorse. He's like, oh, really? Like, no sorry, no nothing, just, oh, really? Yeah, really, knucklehead? What the hell, man? Like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you here?
Raitsa is saying check your Gmail, Battle.
Gmail?
Yeah.
Gmail? What would my Gmail have to do with it? I'll check Gmail, but I don't ever use Gmail.
Your email you use is Gmail that you give to everybody.
No, it's Hotmail.
Oh yeah, that's right, you're right. Sorry, I was confusing the two. So guys, I just got a personal message from David Snyder. The reason why he's not in the show tonight was his dad's funeral. But he still wanted to help Dave out, and that's why he did that PayPal and isn't in the show, is because his dad's funeral was today. So just keep Dave Snyder and his family in your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, because I don't even have Gmail on here. Let me see.
Don't worry about it, Battle.
Oh, that's what it looks like. That's why I'm looking for the wrong. There it is, mail, Gmail. There it is. No, nothing from Roshka on Gmail. It's okay, Roshka. Roshka, just please don't hit the send button until you get it figured out, man. Ryska, sorry, I know. I will probably always call you Roshka unless you like literally in my face one day say, ah! And then I'll probably be like, all right. But for the most part, me and Eric do it just because we're just messing with you, man.
Thunderstruck's in the house.
Who?
Thunderstruck is in the house.
Thunderstruck. Kenny? You've been thunderstruck. Actually, it was lightning struck, but it's okay. Oh, Kenny, man. My buddy, my pal, my man. Hopefully there are no trees at the flying field at the event. And if there are, Kenny, do not stand under them. Because I promise you, man, if you get struck by lightning and survive it one time, the chances of you getting struck by lightning twice and surviving, that's a slim chance in hell, man.
Well, Kenny, wasn't your smell messed up from that? Did your smell ever come back? So while you're sanding, you want to have that power conversation you and I have been having the last day or two? Or do you need to focus on the sanding?
Yeah, I can't believe this plane looks like this, man. It's brand new. It's literally only got one flight on it, man. It looks like it's been flown for 5 years. Super Scorpion actually has the Flex Innovations FlexJet motor in it. So it's a little slower than the FMS fan that was in it, but it still flies amazing, you guys. And that flex motor in this thing sounds great. It sounds really nice. And this thing is still all hooked up and wired for sound, guys. All I gotta do is plug a battery into it.
Let's have our 6S to 8S conversation you and I were talking about.
Go ahead, Eric. You start it off and I'll fill in.
Well, so a lot of guys are going to 8S, and for what they deem more power, more speed. There are certain things you do gain from it, but there's also a downside to it too, because Dave weighed his two 4S, were they 5,000s or 6,000s, Battle?
I compared the two 5,000 4Ss compared to a 6S 6,000.
And it's like 350 grams. And HRBs are a lighter battery, so when you go from just the single battery to two batteries alone, you're picking up 350 grams or 0.35 kilograms. So, and also, it's not as big of a jump in voltage either, so you're gaining weight.
You're gaining 300 grams of weight, plus the adapter adds about another 15 to 16 grams or 18 grams, whatever, or 16 grams or whatever it is. You're adding another 16 grams of weight with the Y adapter. but you're only gaining 7 volts. So my opinion for 8S, which that Stinger 90 behind me was just on 8S, you guys. And I think the only difference that I'm going to see between 8S and 6S is acceleration. The fan's going to spool up quicker. It's going to give you more power when you need it. But as far as top speed and overall speed, I don't think you're going to get much more overall power and speed out of an 8S fan compared to a 6S fan. Is it going to be faster? Yeah, it's going to be faster by a few miles per hour. But is it worth it? That's the question we're asking here. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to put 2 batteries up in the sky rather than 1? Is it worth it to add all that weight to your plane for a few extra miles per hour or for some acceleration?
Well, and sometimes specific systems do really add a lot more, and that's what Guniak is saying. He's saying the specific FMS 8S setup is actually really powerful, but sometimes when you go 8S, you actually gain more weight than you do performance. So it's kind of a trade-off. So
one of the biggest things that I've noticed between 8S and 6S is you're not getting more. You're basically getting a better throttle response. You're getting a quicker throttle response. You're getting a You're getting more acceleration. You're getting responsiveness. Overall speed, not really, not all that much. I mean, is it noticeable? Yeah, it's noticeable. It's definitely going to be noticeable with the 8S fan compared to the 6S fan. But is it worth adding all of that weight to a plane for 20 miles per hour or 18 miles per hour or for a little bit of acceleration? That's where you need to understand something, because the reason I went away from the 8S system with that Stinger 90 was because when you land with that plane, the motor or the wheels where the struts are held, where the retracts are held in the wings, they want to punch through the wing. So that's a big reason why I took that thing off of 8S, because it was just too much weight. It was too much weight for that plane. When it lands, the mounts want to bust right through the wings, and I fixed the wings up and got them back to the way they were when they were new, or actually better. But going and putting 8S back in that thing again and adding that big, huge metal fan that JP metal fan is actually quite heavy, you guys. It's just too much weight for that particular plane. So I went back to 6S on it. So far, what I've noticed when I'm bench testing this one, when I punch it to full power, yes, the JP fan, the 8S system is putting out a bit more thrust. But you got to understand, you're adding all that extra weight, the 300 to 400 grams of weight extra that you're adding to it with the 8S batteries. You're hitting a wall where 6S, 8S is probably your cutoff. I mean, you're not getting much more out of the plane. It's not going to be
Randy
a huge
said it best,
difference,
Battle.
guys.
The motor can only take so much voltage, and even if it's designed for 8S, it can only take so much, and it only can perform.
And what were we saying last night, Eric? The motor can only spin so fast, right?
Yeah, and that's what Randy's saying. It can
so
only
fast.
pull so much power.
He's right, you guys. Now, Guniak has found a setup with an 80 millimeter fan, I believe it is. Is it 80 mil that he does that with?
I can't remember. And what Spencer was saying too, some setups, some planes are built for that 8S, and they do great with the 8S. But your birds were built for 6S, and the actual performance you get, it's almost a wash because of the extra damage you're getting on the plane.
Because of the weight you're adding to the plane, you're actually damaging the plane every time you land the thing. All that weight that's coming down on those mains when you land it, it's almost destroying the plane. Even with the softest of landings, it's still heavy, man. It's still heavy. I'm not discouraging any of you folks out there from trying to go to 8S. What I'm saying is, in my experience, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it. If you're going to put an 8S system in something, put an 8S system inside of the Raptor, the Freewing Raptor. That thing is beautiful.
Or what Guniak did, the 90 mil Freewing S16, really does has a really short flight time stock, but
the Freewing F-16, the big 90 mil.
Yes, but when he went,
that would be a perfect candidate for 8S.
Yes,
because the retracts on that thing are
built like
beautiful.
A tank.
They can handle it.
That's the same landing gear they use on the 90 millimeter Starfighter. They're really heavy duty gear, but they're heavy, and that's something where it's built for it. And
it's built up for it. Like the Stinger 90 is not built for 8S. Does it go great on 8S? Oh yeah, it's lovely. It sounds great, flies great. I don't notice a lot more top end speed, but I do notice the accelerations there. You do get off the ground rather quickly with an 8S system with that extra 7 volts of electricity. But the weight, you guys, the weight is where it's at, man. That you're adding all that weight to an airframe that's only designed to take a 6S pack, and not even a 6,000 pack, which is what I like to use mostly, or 6,000s. It's designed for a 5,000. You know what I mean? And here I am putting 2 4S 5,000s in there, which is 8 cells, which brings the weight up to about 350 grams heavier. 450 grams heavier than an 8S or than a 5,000, and 350 grams heavier than a 6,000, and 450 more than a 5,000. And it's just not worth it to me to put 8S into something that's not capable of handling it as an airframe. So that's my opinion, you guys.
But you also don't have it. You don't have the 90 millimeter F-16 that Freewing makes that Guniak has, and Guniak's been building and playing with EDS for a long time, so he also knew what would be a good overall weight to performance setup, because the FMS 8S setup he recommends does perform really well. Especially compared to a lot of the other systems. That is from years of messing around and creating things. Guniak has found a formula in which this 8S system that he provides works. Now, would it work for like the Stinger 90? Who knows? It's still a matter of weight when you get to like a plane like the Stinger 90. Like I said, when you land that plane, even on 6S, if you land that plane hard, the retracts will punch through the wing. So when you're adding 2 4S packs, 8 cells, 450 grams more than a 5,000 6S, you're looking for trouble. You're looking for trouble. You're gonna punch the damn retracts through the wing. Well, what Victor and Spencer saying too is some birds really just do well on 6S and are only built for it. But there are some that the extra added weight, because how well the plane is built, not only do they handle the extra weight, but they do perform better because the plane design. But like that Stinger 90 doesn't. The Stinger 90 is not a good
candidate for 8S. The 8S are running 10S and 12S. And what, they're Stinger 90s? They must have done some kind of a modification to the wings, man, because
other birds battle.
I know on 8S, I just from 3 flights on 8S,
he said other birds.
Is, on the right hand side was ready to punch through.
Not the Stinger, and plus, Wrightsa and Youngblood said check your PayPal.
Okay, I will. And Spencer Keith makes a good point here. Not have considered the 6S F4. I think the F4, the 8S F4. I think the 8S system for the F4 is a perfect system for the F4. Do you agree, Eric? I think 8S is a better deal for the F4 Phantom, the Freewing F4 Phantom 90 millimeter. I believe that 8S is the better option than the 6S for that plane in particular. That's just my opinion, you guys. Don't take anything that I'm saying to heart and that it's fact. It's just my opinion, you guys. There are some planes that are good for 8S, and there are some planes that just should not see 8S at all. And that Stinger 90, I'm sorry, man, but it's just not a plane that should be seeing 8S. It's just too heavy. If you come down hard one too many times, the retracts are just going to punch right through the wing, and it's going to be over. You're going to have to get a new set of wings. Or you're going to have to do what I did and epoxy the inside of the wings and put some of that, whatever that stuff is, that, I don't know. It hardened. It just adds like a hardener to the foam. It makes it hard so that it's not so flexible and brittle. Carbon fiber. Sorry, there you go. Mike, man. Hey, Mike Keller, man. Mike, what's going on, man? What? Come on, man. Talk to me, brother. What's going on, man? You know you've been a part of this community for a long time, bro. Come on, man. Tell me what's up, man. Tell me what's up. Is there some way we can get past all this bullshit, man? We can all be friends again, man. Come on.
So let me put it this way, Dave. I just timed him out, but here's the deal. I don't care whose problem it is. Ray messed up or you messed up, Mike. It's no one else's business.
Go ahead, Eric.
It's no one else's business to be blasting. So if you want to keep that up, it will go from being a timeout to just being blocked. But it's no one else's business, buddy.
We don't block people on this channel either, Mike. So come on, man. Let's save that for you and Ray. That is a boxing match for you and Ray to deal with. Not at Dave's RC, guys. Come on.
Or anywhere else. That's a personal thing.
I would never go into your live stream and start any problems. So if you could please, man, please, for me, give me that same respect, dude. Just give me that same respect that I would never go into your stream or in your chat party and I would never cause a scene. If you could please do that for me, bro. Come on. I've known you for a long time. You're supposed to be my friend. We've been on Zoom together. We've done all this stuff together. We know each other. So let's just be real. Let's keep it real, and let's just leave whatever you and Guniac have as an issue between you and Guniac, and let's just get back to what we do here on Dave's RC, and that's have a good time. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're not trying to insult anybody on this channel. We don't do that here. If you have a problem with Guniac, that's for something you and Ray need to deal with personally together. Not us. We don't need to know about that because I personally don't give a shit, man. If Ray sent me something and it broke, I wouldn't be putting it in a chat party. I wouldn't put anybody on blast. You guys know me. I don't do that. I would deal with Ray in my own time, in my own way. Just not in the chat. Mike, come on, man. We're all friends here. Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. Let's do the right thing here and just do what we do here on Dave's RC, and that's just have a good time, man. That's have a good time, hang out here as friends, and have a good time, man. That's what we need to do right now. That's what we need to do. Let's leave all that bullshit between you and Guniac. Kick that shit out the door, man. I don't want to hear about it. Nobody in the chat really wants to hear about it either, man. I love you like a brother, man. Let's just put all that shit out the window, and you deal with him on your own time. Hold on, Spencer's trying to text me, and I didn't see. Or if you have a problem with Spencer, I mean, I don't know why you would have a problem with Spencer. I've met Spencer in person, man. Spencer's actually a really good guy. I think maybe you need to take a second to realize that these people that you might be criticizing right now are actually decent people. And Spencer is a stand-up guy, man. I can't tell you how much he did for me while I was at Jet Jams and what he did for us as a group.
Spencer's a great guy. We just like to tease him about Surface.
He's a stand-up guy, man.
He's a great guy. We just like to tease about Surface.
I don't want to see you get pushed. I don't want to see you get pushed out of the community this way, man. So, please, man, for me, for Dave, for me, please. Let's do the right thing here. Let's do the right thing and let personal shit stay personal, and let what we do on these RC channels and on these live streams continue to be the same thing that we've done from the beginning, and that's just have a good time. I'm not going to join anybody in any kind of fist fight in a chat, not on my channel. I'm not going to gang up. There's not going to be any we're not going to be wincing anybody here. We're not hanging anybody. We're not going after the witches here. We're not doing any of that. We're nothing. We're going to have a good time here. That's what we do. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, all I was trying to say is Spencer's a great guy. He's done a lot for the community, not just Dave's RC, but other people. It's just we like to tease him a little bit about Surface because he doesn't like Surface. That's fine. But he knows we're also teasing him too. That's different from what was going on. So this just isn't the place, okay? I know what happened. Mike, Dave's RC doesn't, but this isn't the place for it.
It's not in there. What do you go? Why would you want to go in my room?
No. Can I just get it out?
Mr. Dustin, Raven Rock, Mr. Skippy, yes. Spencer is a great dude. So if Spencer is pissed off, you know it's bad. So let's just try to keep it civil, and this isn't the place here, you guys, okay?
You guys are going to go off the hall, so not in your room. Just take off your glasses and your light and everything.
So Rackham, no, he ended up not going flying. What happened? It happens to me every now and again with my PTSD. You're tired, and so you lay down, and then the day's gone. He laid down for a nap and didn't wake up till 2 or 3 his time today, so he had no time to go fly after that.
Sorry, guys, I was dealing with some family stuff. And not to. I was actually just telling Eric last night that I hope he doesn't come in my chat with that stuff tomorrow. I was really hoping that if you did come into the chat, it would just be civil and normal, and that you just leave that stuff at the back door, and then you can take care of it when you leave. You know, pick up your coats on the way out. Give me your number and pick up your coat on the way out. I'll call you a cab, bro. I was just telling Eric last night. I was like, well, I hope he doesn't come in to my chat doing that, because that's just not the way we do things on this channel. That's not the way I want this channel to be thought of. I don't. We've always been very, very cool with each other when it comes to being in my chat, especially in my chat. I want to keep that going. I don't ever want any negativity in my chat, man. Simple poking and humor is one thing, and rousing
teasing is one thing, but going off on people is another thing.
But anything personal, God, man, not here, man. Please, not here, because I definitely wouldn't do that to you, Mike. I promise you, I would never do that to you. I would never go into your chat or go on one of your videos and leave anything negative whatsoever, whether it was dealing with you or with someone else in the community. I'm a very level-headed, civil person, man, and that's just kind of like what I expect here, man. Just let's just keep it real, man. And any personal issues that you have with anyone from the chat or anyone from the community, just deal with them directly. That's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta say. Just deal with them directly. Sent from Santa. Oh my goodness, Santa Claus? Mom told me you were not real.
So, why don't we move on from that? That's been covered.
Yeah, that's over. That's over and done with. Yeah, Eric, good call, man. Good call, man.
But so we were talking about 8S and 6S before all the hoopla, but I did some numbers for Kevin Talbot.
Michael and Joseph, thank you so much, guys.
And I was able to figure out he wants to go 200 miles an hour with his RC car. It's a 1A scale RC car.
Ain't gonna happen, right, Eric?
If he went to a bigger car with more power, he probably could. But the problem is you can only strap so much battery and motor on a 1A scale RC car. So what I figured out is, and now this is an ideal world. It doesn't take into account hot, cold, what surface he's on. For if he wants to get to $200, if he was to get to 200 miles an hour in 20 seconds, which isn't as realistic as the other numbers I crunched, it was a little over 4 horsepower he would need. and 745 watts is 1 horsepower. Now, to do it in 10 seconds, which is more of a realistic number to accelerate to 200 miles an hour, he needs over almost 9 horsepower. So they don't exactly say what Dave was talking about with the 8S system, but it shows you that sometimes the power you gain can be more of an enemy than good, basically. And it's dependent on the airframe, the RC car, and the power setup as well. So that's all. But Guniak, you're all good. I know what happened. And I was gonna message you anyways, so no worries, buddy. But was that a drag car, Lee Davison? Guniak, we love you, so don't worry about it, buddy.
No, Ray, listen, man, you're good in my book, man. You've always done good business with me. Whatever happened between you and Mike and Spencer and all that shit, I'm sure it's just a complete misunderstanding, and I'm pretty sure that it'll get worked out. And Mike's just got to calm down a little bit and realize that he's dealing with people that are willing to make sure that things get taken care of the right way. He just had a bad day. People have bad days all the time. They just had a bad day, and he'll come around.
So
Mike,
we got a super chat from Guniak Battle for $25.
Guniak, thank you so much for that. Guniak, I need a green fiery booty. Yes, for the Joker.
And then Ahmed just did another.
About it.
Ahmed just did another $50 super chat.
Get the fudge out of here! Are you serious? What's this? Ahmed, you want to get? Will you marry me? Ew, man. Ahmed might find himself a sugar daddy, or I might have found myself a sugar daddy, or whatever.
So when you guys donate to the channel, whether it's a super chat or through PayPal, we know that everybody's in a different situation, so the number you see people put doesn't matter to us. What matters to us is if you can help out. Every donation means the same to us.
Yeah, exactly. What Eric just said. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $2 or $100. You will be looked at as equal as the person that gave $100 to the person that gave $1. The Morgan boys, they're just kids, and they send like 5 or 6. But that's awesome. This is coming from a kid that's putting in money for the cause, man.
And some people don't have extra money, and that's fine too. But we're not going to treat someone different because of a number you
because
see.
They couldn't put up. Yeah, exactly, Eric. Yeah, right. Exactly. We're not. Everybody that donates is respectfully acknowledged as an equal. Ray, you make a good point in your super chat. Text. Racial stuff will not be tolerated on this channel. Absolutely, 100%. I am not racist, and I refuse to see anything about racial shit in my chat. Period. That's where it's gonna piss me off, and you're gonna go over the line with me. Any racial shit, take that shit and take a hike, because I'm not racist.
There's no place for it here.
I grew up in an all-black community in North Memphis, Tennessee, and some of my best friends are black, and I refuse to sit here and listen to anything about race or Black Lives Matter or any of that shit. I'm not going to listen to
whether
it,
who's right or wrong.
I refuse for that to be in my chat, and I don't want it in my chat. And if anybody's going to be called racist in my chat, you can just take a hike. And I'm not singling anybody out. I'm just saying, in general, if you're going to be racist and any racial shit in my chat, just bounce for good, because that's one thing I'm not going to deal with, man. I'm not going to deal with it. My mom told me that I was 1% Nigerian anyway, so. I don't know how true that is. Or wait a minute. My mom said she was 1% Nigerian, which would make me 0.5% Nigerian. So, no, I'm just kidding. That has nothing to do with it. But anyway, yeah, just the racist stuff, guys. There's been so much of that crap going around lately. I don't even want to see it or hear it or even think about it, man.
It's making the situation worse. We need to just stop.
Yeah, because that's he's right, man. All you're doing is adding fuel to the fire when you start with this race crap, man. I've never been racist. I treat a man as a man if he is a man. That's that. Color means nothing to me at all. Period. That's you're either a man or you're a chump or you're a child.
So
those are the three things that you're gonna be in life.
So let's move on now. So John VHRC.
But no racing shit in the chat, guys. Let's keep it real.
So John VHRC, Spencer Keith has a high performance F86. Ahmed, the newer guy in the chat, he has one too.
Spencer, did you buy the 8S F4 or do you have the 6S F4? That's what I would like to know. I know you have an F4. I just don't know if you have the 6S or the 8S. Because if I bought the F4, it would be the 8S. I would definitely buy the 8S.
So, the standard version of the 80mm F86 I hear is a sweetheart. Now, can I tell you, because I haven't flown it, I don't own one, but I've heard it's a sweetheart. I've heard the 8S, the high performance one, which bumps you to an in-runner, the newer in-runner setup, and you get better servos in it. I hear it takes it from being a sweetheart to just being one amazing plane. So wait a minute. So it's still 6S though, right, Eric? Yes, but you're going from being an outrunner to an in-runner, and like Guniak says, it's kind of like the difference between having a big block and a small block. One of them revs quicker, and one of them doesn't. And when you have a fan, you want to rev quicker because the fan generates thrust off of how fast you can spin it. So you want it to be...
Okay, go ahead, Eric. I'm just looking at something.
So you want it... A lot of your in-runner systems are more efficient and provide more power because you can get on thrust quicker where they spin up faster.
You guys, this is Lee Davison's drag bike. It looks like it's a Harley Davidson. What'd I tell you guys about smoking pot in the road?
Oh, man.
I told you that I told you guys no. What'd I tell you, Kayla? No, you guys are supposed to go out in the hallway like I asked you to, Kayla.
Correct, Reckham. It's a RPM thing and not a power thing per se.
Not your fault, Kayla. I told Kayla, she knew better, and she didn't tell you guys.
It's a RPM thing. A fan needs RPM to generate thrust, and the quicker you can get RPM to spool up and be on thrust, the better.
So that's not a Harley Davidson, you guys. That was a Kawasaki that...
yeah, as a Kawasaki that he said he went really quick in the quarter mile with.
It looks like it goes quick. He's got wheelie bars on it and everything. When you put wheelie bars on something and it doesn't pop a wheelie, you're just going to be a laughing stock. So it must have some balls to have wheelie bars on it like that. And those are like 6-footers. Those are like 4.5 to 6 foot wheelie bars.
I'm looking up what he said, how fast he went in the quarter mile. So Battle, he did... In the quarter mile, he did 154 miles an hour on that bike and did it in 9 seconds, which...
That sounds about right.
And he's saying that, I think he said it's board and stroke. Let me double check.
Oh, you're not going to go that fast if you're not bored and stroked. And John HBRC, I am right there on board with you, man. If I don't mind an 8, I'm not going to convert anything from 6S to 8S ever again. I'm just not going to do that. If it comes as a 6S plane, it's going to fly as a 6S plane. Now, on the other hand, if I buy it as an 8S plane, such as like the Raptor or the F4, if I ever get one of those, probably not. But if I ever get an F4, and if I buy it as an 8S system, then I'll fly it as an 8S system, and that's the only way from here on out that I will switch something to an 8S system, except for with the exception of the new Corsair that just came out, because I will be getting one of the new Corsairs, guys, one of the new FMS Corsairs version 3s. I am planning on putting that on 8S, but the only reason I'm doing it is just for the weight, because it seems like the plane appreciates the weight of the 8S packs in the front. That's the only reason I would do it. But yes, John, I am on board with you. I would much rather, if it's a 6S plane, just leave it as a 6S plane from now on. There's just no reason. This Super Scorpion is actually slower than the Super Scorpion that you will get from FMS, because it has the Flex Innovations Flex Jet fan in it. So it's not as fast as the traditional FMS fan that came out of this. But you know what, guys? It's still fast. It's still quick enough. It's quick enough for me. It's fast enough for me. I don't, if you guys watch my videos, how often do you guys see me ever go to max throttle? You guys go watch my flight videos and you tell me a time where you see me go to max throttle for more than 30 seconds. If you can find one, besides my little 64 millimeter jets and stuff like that, because I balls the wall those, I put those balls to the wall all the time. But even more recently with the little mini 50 millimeter Viper from Arrows and stuff like that, you barely ever see me go max throttle. I love going into a bank, cutting the throttle, and just letting the plane kind of sink in for a low flyby, and then adding power as I go back up into my turns again. I have a specific way I like to fly. It not only helps me preserve my batteries and the life of my batteries, but it also, a lot of bad things happen when people are pushing their plane to the max. That's when brownouts occur. That's when motors blow. That's when ESCs fry. That's when planes catch on fire. So I avoid those situations by not putting myself in that situation. I always fly with throttle management, you guys, constantly, all the time. I'd be like the poster board of a person who flies more reserved. If you want to see a pilot go balls to the wall all the time but know what he's doing, go check out Gooniac's channel. That guy flies fast all day, every day. But he knows what he's doing. He's got good equipment in his planes. They're set up correctly. They can handle the power that he puts in them, because he does what he has to do, modifications to the airframes that he has to do to make sure that they can handle the extra power. But if you guys want to see planes go fast, hit up Gooniac's channel. If you want to see a guy fly a plane and use more throttle management in his flights, well, that's me. That's what I've done for years and years and years. Reckham Roy, you made a good point. Yeah, fans work off RPM, not torque. Yes, you're right. Yes. Yeah, right, exactly. So. But like we said, there's a ceiling for every fan. You know what I mean? The only thing that 8S seemed to do for me was get me to that ceiling quicker. It didn't seem to give me more like speed or more anything top end. It just made it so that I could get from here to here quicker. That's what 8S seemed to me. Like, I don't know. We're gonna find out tomorrow when I fly the Stinger 90, you guys. We're gonna find out tomorrow, because I know how fast the Stinger 90 went with the 8S JP fan in it. And once again, the JP fans are beautiful, perfectly balanced fans, you guys. I mean, you're really not going to get too much better in a fan than a JP fan. They're just really nice fans. And mine is the Outrunner version. However, it's still a perfectly balanced, beautiful fan that runs for 8S. And if I don't see a big difference between the 6S and the 8S, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to tell you, you know, I already know that it's just not gonna have the acceleration. It's not gonna have the quickness. But I do believe that it's not going to be too much dissimilar in top speed. I think honestly it's going to be up there. It's going to be quick. But yes, Guniac, yeah, back to what I was saying. A nice green fiery booty for the Joker T33 or purple. That would be sick, bro. That would be so sick. Let me know what you need. If there's anything that I need to get to you so that you can do it, just let me know, man. You got my messenger. Hit me up on Messenger, bro. Another PayPal just came in. For the kids, and I will send every bit of this to the kids. Jermaine, I will make sure that all $10 of that goes to the kids. Jermaine Spencer just sent a $10 PayPal, and he said for the kids, and I will make sure that
so
I will make sure that all of that goes.
I sent you a message on Instagram. I totally know what happened. I'm just trying to keep it out of the show. That's all, okay, buddy? I know what happened. So, but I'm more than comfortable with talking about it out of the show. So that's why I messaged you, Guniac. Okay?
EQ, that's all right, man. You've already donated enough to the channel, man. Those receivers are great, man. I'm gonna get you a shirt sent out and get you that receiver sent out. You've done enough, man. That was great. That was your contribution to the channel, man, right there. As a matter of fact, EQ, I will put $10 in to the charity for you.
EQ, those receivers, like, I don't always have the money to donate either, but like those receivers were a donation. So
Ray, Guniac, is Guniac's MiG-17 on 8S? Do you have your MiG-17?
Yes. His.
So I have my MiG-17
well,
on
wait,
8S. That's another plane that is actually good for 8S. That plane is perfect for 8S.
It wasn't.
One of those airframes that are...
He had it stock, okay? And this past Monday, he was doing it on the show, but he started changing it to 8S because it flies okay on the 6S, but that 6S setup and that MiG-17 is lethargic.
No, that's why it's on 8S, right, Ray? it does fly okay on 6S. Eric's right. I'm just goofing. I immediately flying that plane on 6S was like, this plane needs to be on 8S. It deserves to be on 8S. It needs to be on 8S. And I switched mine over to 8S, and that thing is beautiful on 8S.
So what Guniac just said, he didn't bump to 2 more cells. He put a better fan unit in it. He put a better 6S fan unit in it, and it did all the difference.
You know, maybe that's what I should have done, Ray, first. I should have started with a hotter 6S setup. The one that came in the plane was a very, very cold, just dull.
Well, I think they had the programming screwed up. So I actually have that system problem, and when I have the time to, I'm going to go back through and reset the timing and stuff, because it's almost like whoever set it up at the factory had no business touching the ESC.
Yeah, and I even tried to reprogram it here before I switched out to 8S, and I just couldn't do anything with it.
Because 100 amp ESC, that's not by any means, that's not a tiny ESC. It's not the right setup for that bird.
No, I think if you're gonna go, I think if you had like 120 amp, 130 amp ES, I think if you took one of the hot 6S setups from Freewing and put it in that plane, it would be pretty good. But I did put mine on 8S. The airframe handles the 8S fairly well. I mean, there's people putting 7,000 6S packs in that thing. So I figured if someone could put a 7,000 6S pack in there, then I could definitely throw 8S in this thing, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And sure enough, man, I put mine on 6S or 8S, and it flies great. It flies amazing. We had a bad landing, and I got to fix it, but that was just because I hit a massive hole in the ground during my landing. But for handling the 8S, it actually did well. I was pleased with the results that I got out of the plane. It was definitely better than putting 8S in the Stinger 90. The MiG-17 definitely handled the weight a lot better, a lot more easily too.
Joseph Youngblood, yes, it's the same airframe. I know you asked Ray that, but it's my understanding it has upgraded servos, though, or am I wrong? The 6S Raptor versus the 8S Raptor, so the high performance one versus the standard performance one.
I don't know if they changed out and put.
I know it's the same airframe. As far as if they've upgraded the servos, I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think it's the same. I think they might have changed out the elevator servos, but the wing servos and everything, those are all the same. They're 9-gram Metal Gear servos. They're nothing special.
They work good though.
They do work great. They work great. Yeah. My Raptor's on 8S. I've flown it once and it seemed to do just fine. It did just fine.
Well, that airframe...
I have that in the back of my truck right now because I want to go fly it again.
That Raptor airframe, they did get on. It accepts power and it accepts the extra weight. That Stinger 90 of Dave's, though, it didn't. It was, for one thing, that's a 10-year-old airframe before 8S was even on the map.
Oh, they're gone. No, they're out and about somewhere. Probably over at Jay's. I'll check Jay's. Yep. Oh, man. Oh, man, Eric, EQ, man. I am so excited about those tactic receivers, man.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes how... I mean...
I'm so excited. That's all I keep thinking about, bro. Like, this has got a tactic receiver in it. It's flying on the Tactic 850. Which is a nice radio, you guys. It's got the red backlight. I mean, it's a nice radio. It really is. I love it. I love it. I like my 650. I've had that 650 since I started flying. Really, the first plane that I ever hooked that 650 up to was a three-wing 64mm Sabre, man, and it's the first model that's in that plane. And it'll always be in there. I still have the 64mm Sabre. She's in rough shape. She's got a lot of flights on her. But that's my second 64mm Raptor, as a matter of fact.
Ray, how does that do? You're saying your F-22 is the S3300 watts. How does it do on that? Do you mean watts or do you mean milliamps? Milliamp hours, sorry. MAH.
Sorry, I'm just looking down at the chat, guys. When you see me looking down like this, I'm looking at the chat.
Because sometimes a plane will do better with a lighter battery, so that's why I'm asking that. Ray, is it 3,300 watts like you said, or is it 3,300 MAH?
3,300 watts.
Watts? Okay. That's what you meant to say?
Yeah, 3,300 watts.
That's cool. I understand what you mean. I just want to make sure. I know some of these people in here won't, but hey, which is fine. You don't
that's
have
a good amount. That's a decent amount of wattage. 3,300. That's a lot, man. I fly it with a 6S 50C 6000. Guniac, I'm loving the 6000s, man. It's like the new 5000 for me. I mean, pretty much anything you can put a 5000 in, you can put a 6000 in, and I just like my planes to fly heavier. For whatever reason, I like my planes to fly with a little bit of weight.
Any guesses how much horsepower that is in watt when you convert it from watts to horsepower, Battle?
Well, you said it was about 700 and what?
It's 745. I always forget the conversion factor, so let me just double.
So that's 1,400. That's so like, what are we looking at? Like 4.6 something, 4.8, 4.6 something.
So one horsepower equals 745.7 watts. So it's 4.4 to 4.5 horsepower. And a plane that weighs...
I was close anyways.
Plane that weighs 1 or 2 kilograms. And a kilogram's 2.2 pounds. So that's pretty smoking powered weight ratio.
Yeah. So Ahmad, apparently you are going to be receiving a midget stripper from Dave's RC.
You mean Hangar 51? You mean Hangar 51?
We send them a nice midget stripper, Ahmad. So Spencer Keith, thank you for the recommendation for Ahmad to get our to receive our next midget stripper that comes along. Oh, and then all the grandmothers get sent to Wreckham Roy's.
Which, little TMI there, so.
Hide your grandmother when Wreckham Roy's around.
Or just older women in general hide from Wreckham.
Yeah, just hide your women in general, yeah.
Older women, I'm saying. Older women.
Yes. Hide them all, boys. Hide them all. Oh man, Ahmad, definitely thank you for the super chats tonight, man. Those go a long way to our next giveaway, which will be in a couple weeks from now. Unfortunately, you guys, I couldn't make it down to the Boozer event. Not that I couldn't make it down.
It didn't make
I think James
business sensibility.
With James not going, it kind of spoiled it for me. That was kind of like the nail in the coffin with me when James was like, "Oh, Dave, I'm not going to be able to make it." I was like.
Well, the whole point you were going down there
guess,
was business related for the channel. And since the whole point...
My reasoning for going down there was business related for the channel. That would have done wonders for the channel. Doing a collab video with Motion RC and James. That would have been awesome. And that's what I was looking forward to doing when I went down there. And seeing Dennis Farley and Papa Boozer again and stuff like that. Those were the things that I was looking forward to the most. But then I started kind of just putting some numbers together on what it was going to cost to go down there and back. And I realized there's a lot of things that I can take care of with that money if I don't go.
And we can still donate to the charity without going.
And I'm still going to donate to the charity as well. I'm going to put in money with your guys' money, and we're going to send it down to the Boozers. So after tonight, I'll go back in the chat and I'll go back in the PayPals. But it looks like we got a couple of $100 that we're sending down to the Boozers so far. It looks like that. Well, let's see, 50%, so 50.
So Dana, a lot of the guys in the chat.
It looks like probably about like $125 to $130 that we'll be sending down to the Boozers. $140, something like that. That we'll be sending down so far.
So what Dana was asking is, what brand batteries are you guys liking in your bed? And I'm not. Sorry, just not. If you guys want to swear, fine. But I've got little kids, so I try not. And your really fast jets. I know Guniac and Nate love the HRBs because, and Dave's RC loves them too. They're actually a little bit lighter than some of your other brands of batteries. So if say you have a 5000 HRB and one of the other brand of batteries people use, it's a little bit lighter. So
so let me. I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna grab the 5000 and I'm gonna grab a 6000. I'm gonna show you guys, man. There's not a lot of difference. Not a lot of difference between a 5000 and a 6000.
Well, it's my understanding from Guniac and you and Lil N that HRBs typically run a little bit lighter than the other brand's batteries.
And they do run a little lighter. All right, so you guys look. 6000.
Oh,
5000.
Yeah, there you go. Move it towards the center. Then people can kind of see the difference. Because I have my screen in the top right, so which be your top left.
Okay, I see. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. You got 6000 and 5000. Look, barely any difference at all, you guys. Let me grab the scale. We'll actually do a weight on them.
Yeah. I know Ray likes to try to hobby line with batteries too.
6000s lately, man. All right, so let's see. All right, 5000s weigh 750 grams.
Which is 0.75 kilograms.
6000s weigh 836 grams.
So really,
So
roughly
only
100 more grams.
difference, guys. There's only an 86 gram difference. Less than 100 gram difference. So you tell me, is it worth it to get the 6,000 and get more flight time with just that little bit of added weight, or the 5,000? I say the 6,000s. Sorry.
It depends on the airframe too. Some airframes just won't like, even though that's not a whole lot of weight, some airframes just won't like the extra little weight. So.
And then we have a 6S, 5,000.
Smart. Which I hear the new smart batteries are pretty light too. They're super overpriced in my opinion.
It's still heavier than. It's still not as it's 686 grams, which is way lighter. Which is about actually 686. That would be 50.
Craig, Bevan, yes, the HRBs are way more affordable. With E-Flight comes the E-Flight price, which basically means just open your wallet and dump it.
Craig Bevan, I'm going to be sending you HRB batteries, bro, and I guarantee you, you're going to love them. You're going to love them. You are absolutely going to love them. I wouldn't send you crap if I hadn't tested it myself and used it myself, but I remember when I got my Havoc stuck in the tree with a brand new 6,000 or 6S 6000, it took 3 hours for me to drain that battery. It took me 3 hours to drain the battery dead. So what happens is once you bust the prop blades off of a motor,
there's no load.
There and spin.
There's no load.
There's no resistance, right? There's no load on the prop, right? For 3 hours, that thing sat there before it drained completely. 3 hours on half throttle before it finally went dead. So if that's not a testament to how well these batteries work and that was in negative 26 degree weather, by the way, negative 30 degree, 35 with the wind chill. And that battery was 3 hours into it before it finally went dead. Finally.
So
died.
Dana is right. Dana and Deuces Wild are in Colorado, and so weight's going to be a big factor for them more so than any of us because of the altitude they're at. So I think that's why Dana's asking about what people use, because weight does matter to him and Deuces where they're at in Colorado because the air is so thin.
I don't know if 86 grams would make a difference or not.
When your density altitude is really high because you're at over a mile, it does make a difference because you do lose a lot of thrust with a high density altitude.
So you guys would probably want a lighter, higher C-rated battery. So you guys would probably like a Smart Pack, 50 or 60C Smart Pack. That would probably be really good for you guys there.
Guniak, have a good night, buddy.
Guniak, good to see you in here, pal. Thank you for everything. Please hit me up on Messenger so that we can talk about getting me a fiery booty, man. I will send the payment out immediately if you need it.
Well, let us know how that goes, Joseph. Yeah, I don't blame you. You go out and fly one of your nice planes and you crash. Even these foam birds.
Going out and crashing a plane.
Some of the guys it doesn't upset, but me, even if it's a foam jet and it's a sexy looking one like the F-22 and you crash, it hurts.
That F-22 is not just a foam jet, man. That's a $600 foam jet.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying,
it's a hard pill to swallow.
For some people, the money is not an option, is not the issue, but when you have a really nice looking plane and you crash it, regardless of how expensive it is, to me and some of the other guys in here, and Dave included, it hurts when you go from having a really good looking bird to not having a good looking bird.
It just pisses me off crashing. Like when so check this out, man. I went on like a 1 month strike from flying because I crashed my 50 millimeter Arrows Hobby Viper. Because my stick fell out of my radio. The stick literally fell out of the radio and I lost all control of the plane. So I kind of just cut the throttle and just let it land. And when I found it, the battery had caused the nose to rip off the plane. Simple fix, just glue it back together. All the pieces were there, it went back together great. But I went on a 1 month strike from flying because I crashed that little 50 millimeter Viper. So it's not the plane, like Eric was saying, it's not so much the plane and how much the plane costs. It's the fact that you took this really nice, beautiful, perfectly new model and it crashed because of something silly, something my
Well, to me, it's the money too, because when you spend that kind of money, you're like, oh crap, I spent that kind of money, it's gone now, and also now I don't have a good looking plane.
Yeah, where the Arrows Viper is only $100 plane, it's not a hard pill to swallow. It's the fact that you're sitting there dancing around in the sky with this thing. You're having such a great flight. It's going well. You got the camera rolling because you barely ever get a cameraman anymore. You got the camera going. You got a nice flight going. And then all of a sudden your stick falls out of your radio and you're scrambling to put the stick back in. And then it falls out of your hand onto the ground. It aggravated me so much that I just went on like a 2.5, 3 week strike, almost a month where I didn't fly.
Hey, Battle.
And then I finally went back out. What's up?
I missed if it was Chris or Nathaniel, but I guess they sent you a picture of the Havoc just now. And George is saying, take a look. I guess they painted her up and made her look really good.
Oh my God! Wow, that looks really good. You guys, man, wow. Let me show you guys this. Oh wow, man, that looks awesome, you guys. What a great deal. So you guys, look, this is the Havoc that I sold to Christopher Morgan. Am I getting that in there?
Oh, wow.
Look at that. That looks nice, doesn't it?
Here, I'm going to make my screen smaller for a second while you're doing that. He kind of went with a similar paint scheme as that 3D bird. That looks really good.
Doesn't that look awesome, you guys? Wow, amazing, Christopher. Wow, and if I knew it was going to turn out like that, do you want to send it back to me? You want to send it back to me? Same price? Christopher, awesome job on that, man. If I knew I could have done something like that with it, I probably would have kept it. But I'm glad you have it, man. I'm glad it's gonna go back up and fly again, man. Wow, awesome job, man. Awesome job. It looks great, man. It looks great. I can't get over how well it looks.
They did a great job of matching what that 3D plane paint scheme was and applying it to that Havoc.
Oh, that's the one that they crashed at Jet Jams. Okay, I got you. That's the one that they crashed at.
The 3D bird they crashed?
At Jet Jams and fixed it without all new parts. Oh, okay, so no, that's the one that they crashed at Jet Jams. So that's not the one that I sent, right?
Oh, so this is the one they've crashed and fixed up themselves.
Yes, this is the one that they crashed at Jet Jams. That's why I gave them the Avani, because they didn't have a plane to fly. So I was like, shit, man, I got all these planes here. I'm not flying. And Dave had already.
And to be honest with you, when the Avanti was at home, it just sat anyways.
Yeah, man, that was actually a rather expensive Avani by the time we were done with it. We put all new wiring in it. We changed out a servo. We put Spencer donated a brand new $100 AS3X receiver, gyro receiver for it. And Dave Marshall did all the wiring and channeled all the wiring nicely and zip tied everything nicely. So by the time we were done with that Avani, it was definitely probably the nicest Avani on the Jet Jam grounds. Other than the fact that there was some bite marks taken out of it from old Kitty.
What do you mean, the same kitty that tried to claw you by walking by his house earlier?
What do you mean tried? He did. He clawed me. He clawed me like a son of a bitch, that little bastard. Yeah, so he's got this little house that he hides in, guys, and if you walk by his house too close, he will reach out and he will grab you and claw the shit out of you.
Not only swat you, but claws out.
And he comes at you, claws out, yeah.
Dude, I don't care if that's Mama's cat. If that was my cat in my house and that happened, I would have kicked that cat. I don't care. I don't care.
Oh, that's what it did look like before they fixed it.
I don't care if Mama made me sleep on the couch from doing that. That cat would not have gotten away with that. So, Dave.
Oh, shit. I was actually just getting ready to close down the what do you got there?
That's my receiver. That's the FRSI equivalent to the AS3X.
Oh, okay.
Same functionality as the Spectrum radios, guys. $27 versus $100. And I'm not saying Spectrum's crap. Their prices are ridiculous. So If you like Spectrum, stay with Spectrum, but I can't justify $100 for a receiver when with my FR Sky I can get the same functionality for $27. But I also have 4 kids at home, so that makes a difference on what I buy and don't buy.
All right, so that was Bobby Committa that just texted me on Messenger, you guys. He was going to jump in here in a little bit into the stream. We're about ready to close it down for the night. But Bobby Committa sends his love, you guys.
Good old Bobby the Builder.
Yeah, man, you did a really good job putting that plane back together, Christopher.
That's true, John VHRC. If you're someone that's into Spectrum, you really should look at the Admiral or Lemon receivers, because $100 is ridiculous for, especially since most of that programming is on a file and was done years ago. They just transfer it over. There's no. The receiver I just showed you, Ahmed, was the FR Sky S6R. They have a S8R, which is an 8-channel, but the one I have is a 6-channel. It has a gyro in it for small corrections, and then it has what FR Sky calls auto level, which would be safe in a Spectrum setup. So... Well, yeah, Rectum, if you buy a bind and fly bird, it's, yeah, you're already going to have it in it, but some of us like to buy the plug and fly birds. Howdy, Mr. Bobby and Mr. Pilot Ryan.
Bobby came, oh, there they are. I was just telling Bobby we were about ready to shut it down. There they go. Cool, man. I'm glad you guys were able to make it, man. I just sent Bobby a message, but this is kind of a secret message because nobody's supposed to know about this particular product right now. And me and Lee Davison, we caught a glimpse of something that we weren't supposed to actually see.
I know too, but my lips are sealed. I know too, but my lips are sealed. So
yeah, Eric knows, but he's not going to say anything either. But it's something that we caught a glimpse of, and it was by mistake, and I just texted Bobby about it. I'm trying to get some more inside information on it. Make sure you guys hit that like button before you guys bail up out of here tonight, too, guys. We're at 29 likes. We got 34 in here.
And before we leave, you guys got any questions?
And Pilot Ryan, man, as I was doing my live stream the other day on the Stinger 90, I went back in the replay to check something out, and I saw that you came in late, and I didn't see the chat. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you showing up, man. Appreciate you jumping in like that, man. And sorry I didn't see your message in time before I shut the stream down, but definitely appreciate your support, man.
Pilot Ryan's a really busy guy. He's what you would say burns both ends of the candle.
he does, and for him to be able to take the time out to come into my streams, I fully and 100% appreciate it, man.
But he knows what you gotta know about Pilot Ryan
knows I love him, dude.
What you gotta know about Pilot Ryan is he works full time, so he works in the day, and then at night, besides taking care of his family, he does the RC stuff. So Pilot Ryan is a busy guy.
Oh, Bob, that would be sick, man. That would be sick if they came before Christmas. That would be sick. I'm excited. I'm excited for that one. I can't wait, man.
Look what Ryan just said to you, Battle.
I haven't gotten this excited about a plane in a long time, and the fact that it's a Dynam plane, it makes me even more excited.
Look what Ryan just said to you.
What is? No worries, Dick. Thanks for not spelling dick the correct way, man, so we don't get in trouble. Oh man, yeah, man. Pilot Ryan knows how much how much what he's done for me means to me. He's done a lot for this channel and a lot for me, and to see me succeed and to move ahead. And If you don't know, Ryan, now you know, bro. I appreciate you. Always have, bro. Always have. I remember watching you 7-8 years ago before I got into this hobby, and you were flying a 64 millimeter Saber, man, and that's what started it for me.
I remember that video.
You guys got me hooked, man.
He had the yellow,
hooked on that RC crack.
That's why I have my 64 millimeter Saber, is because of Pilot Ryan.
Yep, that's the only reason I bought that thing. And then Captain Mike was flying around his MiG one day, and he had this special way he set it up with like.
And then you had the MiG then.
And then I got the MiG, yep, and then I set mine up the same way Captain Mike set his up, you know, and it flew absolutely amazing. But yeah, man, Pilot Ryan's done a lot for Dave's RC. You guys need to know that, and we appreciate everything that Pilot Ryan, Bobby K, Bitco Hobby.
Hang on a second, buddy. So Shadow, or not Shadow, Lee, your previous comment or what you put up on the internet? Lee's saying that they put it up on Facebook, so the cat is out the bag.
I'm still not going to say anything.
Well, YouTube, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm not either, so.
If you guys, Lee Davison is calling you guys. Oh. What's up, sucker? Hello? Ha! Did Lee Davison just butt dial me? Oh, this is great, man. I'm going to keep this going for a while. Hopefully he's got a plan.
Or a drunk dial.
Yeah. Lee, you better answer your phone, bro. Lee, did you butt? There he goes. Ah! He hung up.
So, David Martin Graff, howdy as well, buddy. Dave was talking, and so that's why I didn't say hi. So, howdy, David Martin Graff.
But he just butt dialed me, bro. All right, there he goes. Bobby let the cat out of the bag in the chat, guys. Yes, it is a freaking Hawker Hunter. 70 millimeter Hawker Hunter, you guys, and I am freaking excited, man.
6S.
I was excited from the first time I saw it sitting there on the table. They accidentally leaked it out. They actually had it sitting on the table during a live stream, and they didn't mean to. They didn't think it was in the shot, and it was there. Me and Lee are watching this video, and we're like, damn, dude, that's a Hawker Hunter. Dynam's coming out with a Hawker Hunter. So, yeah, guys, there you go, man. It's a Hawker Hunter. Go check it out. And make sure you guys hype it up a little bit, man, because this is a nice plane, you guys. This, from what I saw on the table, it's got a nice yellow paint scheme on it, man. It looks great. I can't wait to get on it.
Anything close to the quality of that PT-17, it's gonna be a great bird. Because if you guys saw Dave fly his PT-17 this week, that bird was off the ground in 10 feet or less, and he flies off of thick, heavy grass like I do.
Yep, this is one hell of a plane back here, you guys. This PT-17 is a lot of fun. I haven't put decals on it or anything like that. I'm just going through flight videos on it because after I'm done with the flight videos on it and doing the product reviews for Bitco Dynam, I'm actually going to send it to Reckham Roy so that he can actually do a review on it on his channel.
Yeah, and that's correct, Ryan. It's 6S as well. So unlike the other EDFs that Dynam kind of messed up by being 4S, it's a 6S bird.
There it is. Lee Davison said it's in the Swiss yellow and black tiger stripe, man. It is beautiful. John HBRC, I flew mine on a 3600 about an inch back from the bulkhead, and it is beautiful, man. It is just such a nice flying plane. It really is. I can't say anything else about it. It's just a really, really sweet flying plane. It's definitely a nice beginner plane. But yeah, without a doubt, it's a good beginner plane. You cut the throttle, the thing doesn't want to land. It literally will just keep going and going and going.
That's because it's got a lot of lift and it doesn't weigh a whole lot. I mean, they put a lot of weight in the nose, so the CG is right.
There is a lot of weight in the
nose. But
nose,
even with all that weight in the nose, it's still really light bird compared to how much lift it generates.
All that weight in the nose, I still flew it on a 3600, you guys. And did it feel a little heavy? Yeah, it flies heavy. But that's the way I like to fly my planes. I like to fly my planes.
If you fly jets, you're going to like it a little nose heavy.
Yeah, I like my planes nose heavy, and I like them to feel a little heavy in the sky. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what the hell does he mean by feel heavy in the sky? Well, if you fly a light plane, you're going to tell the difference between when you fly a heavy plane and a light plane. I like the way a plane flies when it's a little heavier. I like my heavy girls. I like them heavy girls on the side.
So, Bobby is saying at 6S, Metal Gear servos, ball links, new wing conjoiners with quick connect, sweet and threaded inserts. And there'll be 2 different color schemes.
Ooh! Well, oh, I can't wait to see the other one. It's probably going to be that. It's probably going to be that like British standard British one. You know what I mean? They're green, gray.
So while we're on this, and we got Bobby in here, Lee, the reason why you and Dave have had a hard time getting hold of, is it Ling?
Yeah, he's just been busy lately, guys.
This is one of the reasons why is this project and others as well. I guess they're trying to start a new warehouse as well and other things, so they're like slammed right now. And oh, by the way, it's almost Christmas.
Right. And it is. So I was right. Bobby just said that I was right. The other paint scheme is the standard British camo one that you would normally see. I think I'll probably go with that one, the standard British camo. I don't mind the yellow tiger stripe. I don't mind that one, but I like the. To be honest with you, I like the Hawker Hunters that are in the traditional silver, front to back silver, man. That is the way the Hawker.
Well, that's cool that they're offering the 2 different paint schemes. That's different. Kind of a newer Dynam thing.
It's different. Well, they're saying when you look around the industry and you see, oh, well, these guys offer 2 paint schemes on that plane. These guys offer multi-paint schemes on this plane. Well, we should do it too, right? Why not? Follow the leader. It's like Ryan says, if we were worried about copying one another, none of us would ever get ahead. So, camo for me too, bro. Camo for me too. I like the camo. I would rather have the camo version, but as far as the Hawker Hunter goes, I do like that silver front to back, like the Gloucester Meteor, that silver. I do like that a lot. I do like
Bobby,
that.
you're saying bring on the Red Cat. Here's a Nitro short course Red Cat. So yeah, I like Red Cat.
Look, he drove it so hard the wheels fell off.
No, they didn't fall off.
No, you couldn't see him because of your background for a second. Pilot Ryan says camo for me. He's gonna go with the camo. He likes the camo version. British green camo. EQ, there you go. It's kind of like the paint scheme that you find on the Dynam Hawker Tempest, right? Yeah, that's the green camo. That's the camo that Bobby's probably talking about. The one that I'm envisioning.
So we've been going for over an hour and 45 minutes battle. So what questions do you guys have? And thanks for popping in.
Yes, and while we got Pilot Ryan and Bobby Committed in the chat, if you guys have any questions for them as well, there they are. Hit them up. Red Cat line is on the site soon. We are bringing on more next week. Also, more shipments on the way as we speak. So Bitco's stepping up. Bitco is stepping up in the world, and I'm glad to be affiliated with them, you guys.
And guys, speaking of Bitco, they haven't changed it yet. They say it's temporary, but as of right now, Bitco has free shipping on everything.
Everything, no matter how much you spend, bro. So if you need spare parts for a Dynam plane that you have, man, hit them up. Hit them up.
Or they're starting to sell Gens Ace batteries, which are really good batteries. Michael. Oh, so Bobby, it looks like Pterodactyl has a warranty question. Okay. Do you see that, Ter? Bobby said message him on Facebook or BitGo Hobby Messenger.
So wait a minute, Bobby, is it a 70 millimeter or an 80 millimeter?
70 millimeter.
It is 70 mil. So Ahmad Butler, it probably won't be bigger than the Twin 70-262, but it probably won't be much smaller either.
Something else to think about the new Dynam Birds, and Lee has brought up a great point. It used to be if it was cold at all, I mean 32 degrees, the Dynam retracts won't work.
70 millimeter. Okay, so it's a 70 millimeter 12 blade fan unit. All right, cool.
What Lee is saying, in -4-degree weather, his Dynam retracts still work. So, if that tells you anything, it may be slow, but Dynam is listening to you guys when you complain about something.
They are, and they're listening to Bobby too. If there's one person that complains more than any of us out there about Dynam products, it's Bobby. Bobby has worked his ass off to make sure that Bitco and Dynam are hearing what he's saying about these planes, you guys. So, huge emojis for Bobby and for Pilot Ryan for.
But look, you guys, when you
giving that feedback,
when you give feedback to a company, whether you're Bitco Bobby Cometa, or you're Pilot Ryan, or you're me, just a little dude with 150 subs, all it's doing, especially if you're being respectful about it and you're not a jerk about it, all you're doing is trying to help the company be better.
Oh yeah, and congratulations to Eric for 150 subscribers, you guys. If you guys haven't gone over to Shadow Ops RC and checked out Eric Rogers' channel, make sure you guys go over there. Turn on that notification, guys. Hit that bell. Do all those things for a brother. Congratulations to Eric for 150 subscribers, you guys. He's been working on his channel a little bit here and there to get it going, and he's learning a few things from me as well. So, we're getting them there. We're getting them there.
I learned those things easy, though, because I ain't afraid to play with computers like you battle. Wink, wink.
I don't play with computers at all. That's why you're doing OBS. No, I'm all set. One of these days, Eric will teach me OBS. But at the same time, I'm not in no rush, man, because I like what Eric's doing. Eric likes what he's doing. We enjoy doing this collab thing that we do every Friday. We enjoy bringing people on. Eric likes what he's doing, and as long as he doesn't mind doing the OBS and being on the channel.
Well, look, you guys. Besides the RC thing, I have a really techie background from the Army, and I had to put it on pause. I was going to school to be an IT person, so I might not know everything, which I don't. I'm not even going to claim I know close to everything, but I have a real techie background, so.
And Lee Davison, he's almost at his 400 subscriber mark, guys. Let's help him get pushed past that, you guys. Make sure you guys check out Lee Davison's hangar. And let's get him up to that 400 sub mark, man. Let's push him up to 400. Let's get that. Let's get that for him.
Breckham's another guy that's afraid with the computer that we've had to help out a little bit, and his boys have had to help him out a little bit, because he was even worse
than... Roy's afraid of everything.
Well, not cars. Ray, he loves and knows how to work on cars, but when it comes to computers, that's...
He does. He's very car savvy. He knows what to do. He knows his way around a toolbox. And your grandmother, so be careful. Hide her. Hide your grandmother.
So before we end this, guys, I'm pretty sure, Spencer, the reason why Air Marshal isn't in the chat is because he's down at the Boozer event. But yeah. Spencer is holding
Jermaine
the after. Sorry. Jermaine is holding the after show in Zoom tonight.
So if you guys want to join us on Zoom after the show tonight, you guys make sure you do that. Pilot Ryan's usually there. Bobby K is usually there. Make sure you guys hit us up. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun, and we don't have to be as PG as we are on the live streams here.
You're not trying to make money off of it or keep people happy.
Yeah, you're not trying to impress anybody or make anybody. It's just a bunch of us getting together and having a good time shooting the shit and making fun of one another. Yeah, guys. So look, man, I'm gonna call it quits for the night. Make sure you guys join me periodically throughout the week while we fix this Super Scorpion, man. It needs a little bit of love, and we're going to give it to her. I'm trying to take all my planes in my hangar that need work, and I'm trying to fix them all one at a time. We've already done the Super Scorpion. We've already done the Stinger. We've got the T-33 ready to go. I got my prop blades from my Zero, finally. They came into the hobby store the other day.
If someone's in Messenger right now, please send Pilot Ryan the Zoom link in Messenger.
Yeah, please send if you guys have Pilot Ryan in your messenger. Yeah, like Eric said, please send them over the link for the Zoom. If not Pilot Ryan, it is right there in our chat here, history. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. Eric, you got anything?
No, as far as the link, guys, just scroll up a little bit. Jermaine Spencer has the link posted.
And you guys just click on that, and then he'll allow you to come in. He'll welcome you in. That's all we got for tonight, guys. I'm Dave. This Dave's RC, reminding y'all to fly free or die. Thank you for all the donations tonight. 50% of the proceeds will be sent down to Toys for Tots for the Boozer event there. Definitely appreciate that. We'll see you guys during the week fixing up this Super Scorpion. Got a couple of flight videos coming out as well. Yeah, guys. Eric? We'll see you guys later. We're out of here, guys. Peace.